All right, it's 5:30, so let's do this. Let me put away this toy first. Make sure that you have one or two blocks nearby. If you don't have any block at home, maybe go get some water bottles or big books. We're also it'd be nice to have a blanket nearby for you to sit on or pat your knees as well. Once you gathered everything you need, come to hero pose, Virasana. Sit on your heels. If your ankles are tight, slide the block in between your ankles. Adjust the height of the block. If one block is not enough for you, you can bring the block to the lowest height and stack one on top of the other. Then sit on top. Let your hands resting somewhere that are not distracting. Palms facing down. And start relaxing your shoulders, your jaws, your face. And cast your gaze down and let your eyelids get heavy. When things get a little bit more quiet for you, let the sound of breath get more noticeable. And use that as a measurement to see if you are tuning into your practice. And with each inhale, imagine you're pulling water into a bottle or any other kind of vessel. And the water will drop all the way down to the bottom and water level start rising up. And same way goes the air. We let the air flow all the way into our low belly, our diaphragm. And filling it all the way up to your throat. If sitting in Virasana hero pose has too much tension to your feet, you can come tuck your toes. You can also come into a cross-leg sitting. You can also come lie down on your back. And we'll cut that filling up our body with air into smaller pieces, just like when you try to marinate a piece of tofu, you cut into smaller cubes, which helps it to marinate it better. And to start, bring your hands onto your lower belly. Take a deep inhale. Let the belly rise all the way into the hands. And exhale everything out. One more time like that. Take a deep inhale. Let the hands rise the belly. And exhale, let everything out. And move your hands slightly up onto your rib cage. Take a deep inhale. Feel the expansion of the rib cage into your hands. And exhale, let everything smoothly out. One more time together. Expand the ribcage all the way into the hands. And exhale, let everything out. Move the hands on top of the chest over your sternum, but gently. Take a deep inhale. Feels a little bit more restricting compared to the other two parts, but still you can feel a little bit rise of the chest, pushing your hands away from you. And exhale, let everything go back. One more deep, long inhale. And you can rest your hands back to the top of the thighs or by your side. You can also choose your hands to one of those three places that you've been to. And we'll cut each cycle of inhale into three equal parts. So there'll be a brief pause moment between each 1/3. Take a deep inhale, 1/3 all the way into your low belly. You can move your hands to your rib cage with the next 1/3. And then finish the rest onto your chest. And everything out. Hands can go back to your low belly. 1/3 inhale. And move your hands to rib cage. And finish the rest. And exhale, let everything out. One more time together like that. 1/3 inhale into low belly. Hands into your rib cage and feel all the way up to rib cage. And finish the rest into the chest. Now exhale, let everything out. Continue a couple more rounds on your own. So you can have a deeper relationship with your own breathing. As I was mentioning before, you can choose one place to stay. You can customize that string file of those three parts according to the length of your inhale. You can also introduce a longer pause between each 1/3 if that's what you're going for. And just like marinating a piece of tofu, that it takes time to get it flavorful. No rush here. Take your time with each 1/3 of your inhale. And in fact, actually take your time with each pause moment between 1/3. And after this round, finish one more round. Once you get back to your normal breathing, get the hands in front of the heart. And bow the head slightly towards the heart. And if your eyes are closed, slowly blink open the eyes. And before we move to next posture, you can step your one leg and another back to just release the tension from the top of the feet, the front of your ankle. You can come into a high plank. You can also just simply sit on, if you're not feeling to be on your arm wrist at the early stage like this, you can also just extend your legs at the front and tap the back of your legs against the ground. Whatever makes sense to you should help to relieve that tension from the top of the feet. Once you're ready, come back into Virasana Hero Pose. You may or may not need to adjust the height of the block in between your ankles. Take a deep inhale, raise your arms all the way up. Let both sides of the waist grow and sink your sit bones into the block or into the mat. And exhale, start slowly swan dive your arms to the sides. And turn your palms facing back and clasp your hands with your left pinky outside. I'll turn around so you can see. Stretch the clasp the hands toward the ground so you can open the chest and spread the collarbones. And rest that clasp the hands onto your left hips and close your elbows towards each other. Take one more deep inhale. And exhale, let everything out. Sit quietly with one more round of long, deep inhale. And just let the collarbones being spreaded. And the bottom of the next exhale, turn your head towards the back of the space to the right shoulder. Let the left side of the neck getting stretched. Nothing about your seated has changed. Option to stay here. Option to tuck the chin into the chest and roll your head to the front and all the way to the left shoulder. I'm going to tuck the chin toward the chest again and roll toward the front. And turn your head toward the right shoulder. Switch in between the sides. Next time when your chin is over your right shoulder, release the arms. Both arms above the head again. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, lower your hands and clasp the hands behind you. We'll do the other side with the right pinky outside and reach the clasp the hands toward the ground. Drag the shoulder blades towards each other. and puff the chest up. And bend the elbows and rest the clasp the hands onto your right hip. Close your elbows towards each other. Take a deep inhale, even without the help of the hands, still let both sides of the waist to grow. And exhale, feel the influx of the air all the way into your low belly. The next bottom of the next exhale, turn your chest toward the left side and chin towards your left shoulder all the way to the back of the space. Continue hugging the elbows towards each other. You can keep your hands where they are. You can also rest your right hand on top of your left knee. Option to stay in this twist. Option to tuck the chin toward the chest and roll your neck all the way towards the right shoulder. And inhale, come back to the left side. And exhale, tuck the chin in, roll your head slowly, slowly, all the way to the right side. Couple more rounds on your own. Whenever you're ready, release the arms. Just do some shoulder rolls. You can do some arm swings as well. Whenever you're ready, come into table pose or Mount Asana. Wrist right underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Move through some counter cat. Not necessary, we have to go inhale cow or exhale cat in reverse, if that makes sense to you. The whole reason we practice yoga is to break all those patterns. When you're ready to come back to neutral, inhale, float your left arm up. And exhale, slide your left arm to the right side. Inhale, left arm up, twisting to the left side. Press into your right palm. Exhale, slide your left hand to the right side. Inhale, left arm up. And exhale, slide your left hand to the right side. And this time, rest your left cheek on the ground, hugging your right outer hip in so they stay in the midline. So walk your right hand above the head, extend your right arm long, and stay here. Option 2, straighten your right leg, but continue hugging both thigh bones towards each other. Press into the right heel, especially if your right leg is long. Take one more deep inhale, reaching forward to the crown of the head. Next, rotate your chest, not your pelvis, to the right side. Just slowly walk your right hand toward your face. Release your right knee down if your right leg extended. Left arm up. Exhale, release your left hand down. We'll do the other side. Right hand up. And scoop your right hand underneath your left armpit. Inhale, right hand up. Exhale, thread your right arm to the left side. One last time. Release your right cheek onto the ground. Walk the left hand far away from you. Shift the weight onto the back of your right arm. And option 2, extend your left leg long, press into the left heel. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. And exhale, revolve your chest to the left side. And press the left heel. Imagine your left hand and your left heel walking towards opposite direction. Instead, slowly walk your left hand back towards your face. Release your left knee down. Inhale, float your right hand up and release your right hand down. Walk your hand, one hand print forward. Shift your weight into the hands in a knee high plank. Pull the navel toward the spine. So through tonight's practice, if any moment in the high plank is not appropriate for you, you can release your knees down into a knee plank like this. And bend through the elbows and hugging your elbows towards each other. And slowly release your chest down into the ground. Keep your hands where they are. Keep hugging the elbows towards each other. Inhale, lift the chest up. Press into the back of the top of the feet. And use the press up into the top of the feet. Take one more deep inhale. Help you to elevate a little bit more. And exhale, release your chest down. And push yourself into a child pose balasana. Keep the hands over the head. And rise on the shin. Take a deep inhale, raise arms by the ears. And exhale, stand on the shins and open the chest to the left side. Open the arms at the T. Inhale, sit back to the back of the feet, arms by the ears. And exhale, open the chest to the right side. We'll flow in between. Inhale, sit down. Exhale, arms out. Inhale. And exhale, turn the chest to the right side, hugging the both outer hips in. Inhale, release your hips down. Exhale, open to the left. One more time together before we flow on our own. Twice more on each side on your own. When you're flowing, be mindful about your outer hips. Keep hugging both of them toward the midline. So you have a steady foundation and you're not just putting all the weight onto your shin and onto your knees. Next time when you turn your chest to the right side and sit back, get the hand in front of the heart of the prayer. Come stand on the shins again. Hugging the outer hips in. We've been practicing it through the flow and hugging the thigh bones towards each other. And see just the play, shifting weight into the right shin. You can stay here, observe. When we'll start slowly float your left shin off on the ground. And steadily, slowly, step it forward into a low lunge. If this does not make sense to you, you can always come into a downward facing dog first, then step your left foot forward. And we all meet in Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Find the blocks if you have them in low lunge, and rest your hands onto the blocks. If you don't have the blocks, you can rest the hands on top of the left thigh. Adjust the back knee So you give space to the front of your right thigh and opening that right hip. And use, if your hands resting on the top of the left thigh, use the hands to push your left thigh bone toward the front. Once you found steadiness in your low lunge, inhale, arms up. And exhale, hugging both thigh bones toward the midline, even though the toe are in different direction now. And side bend to the left side. Notice if you're losing your breathing. And exhale, come back to center. Hands on the blocks or on the ground or anything that you're using to support yourself. Inhale, open the chest. And exhale, pin your left hip down, but unlike usual half split we do, today we keep the bottom of our left foot on the ground. Even if it means that you're not gonna straighten your left leg as usual. And inhale, pull forward again. Exhale, straighten your left leg, pin your left hip back, press through the left toes, the ball of your left foot into the ground. And stretch the top of this left foot. Inhale, pull the chest forward. Exhale, pin your left hip down. And fold over the left leg. Take one more deep inhale. Next, exhale, bend into the left leg. And tuck your back toes. And step your right foot to meet with your left and fold over the legs at the front of the mat. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold over. Right all the way up. And hand to heart center. Other side Tadasana. Be intentional in this Tadasana. You can practice what we've been doing the past couple of weeks. Just shift the weight around on the bottom of the feet. And cross lines from one shoulder to the opposite heel. And find that center. Engage the front of the legs. Pull the knees towards the pelvis. And pull the navel toward the spine. Take a deep inhale, arms up. Option to rise all the way up to the balls of the feet. You can bring a block the narrowest way in between your thigh bones. Just to help you to engage your thighs hugging towards each other. And exhale, slowly, keep hugging the knees towards each other. And lower your hips toward the ground. And sit your hips down. Release the block, you have it. Hands behind you. Palms facing forward, palms pressing down to the ground and fingers facing forward. Option to stay here. Option to lift up one shin to be parallel with the ceiling. Option to lift up the other one. Option to keep both arms behind you. Option to reach your hands toward the front into a half boat pose. Take a deep inhale. Next, slowly release the back toward the ground. Extend the arms by the ears, over the head. Walk your heels toward the front and walk your hands toward the back. Bend the legs. Bring the heels close to your sit bones. And inhale, lift up your pelvis into a bridge pose. Satupanda Sarvangasana. Imagine you're like a puppet. There's a line that connecting to your navel all the way to the ceiling. And hugging both outer hips in. And exhale, release your upper back, your mid back, your low back, and your tailbone down. Inhale, lift your tailbone, your low back, your mid back, your upper back, all the way up. And exhale, release down. Flow in between with your own pace. Match the movement with the pace of your breath instead of the other way around. So your body and your breath can stay in unity to make more space for your mind. And next time when your hips are down, extend the legs long and flip yourself like a pancake. Your chest facing down. You can bring the hands by the chest and practice Bhujangasana, baby cobra pose again. You can also extend the arms back, palms facing down, thumbs facing out. Press into the top of the feet and take a deep inhale, lift your chest up into half locust pose. Option to float up the top of the feet and the palms. Use a reaching back of the toes and the fingertips to help to elongate the low back so it does not get compressed. And exhale, release everything down, the hands by the chest, and push yourself into a child pose. Come stand on your shin. Raise up the arms by the ears. And exhale, come stand on the shin and open the chest to the right side. Inhale, sit back to the heels, let the weight drop into the top of the feet. Exhale, turn your chest to the left side. We've been here before, so flow with your own will, your own pace. You can also add any movement variation that you'd like to add to this little bit flow. And next time when you finish to the left side, come stand on your shins. Find the block first. If you have them, bring to the back of the mat, especially if you know you need them. And get the hand in front of the heart, hugging both outer hips in. And start shift weight into the top of the left foot, left shin bone. And gradually lift your right leg up and step your right foot forward. Steady and slowly is an effort. It's not necessary the outcome. And again, just like the other side, if this doesn't work for you, you can always come to downward facing dog and step your right foot forward. When you arrive in Anjaneyasana low lunge, hands on the blocks or on the top of the right thigh. Use the help of the hands to push your right thigh bone to the back of the room. And then just the left knee. So you give space to the front, the left front hip. Hugging both thigh bones towards each other. And once you feel like you established a steady foundation, reach both arms up. And right hand grab your left wrist and side bend to the right. Hugging your right outer hip rear in. so you're not collapsing to the right side. Right all the way up. And exhale, hands on the blocks, on the ground, or anything that's supporting you. Take a deep inhale, pull the chest forward, spread the collarbones. And exhale, spin your right hip back, but keep the bottom of your right foot on the ground. Inhale, bend into the right leg. Exhale, pin your right hip back. One more time. And this time, stay here. Release your chest toward the right leg and press firmly through the bottom of the right foot into the ground. Take one more big inhale, reaching long through the crown of the head. Next up, bend into the right leg. Step your left foot to meet with your right. You're folding over at the back of the mat. Inhale, lengthen the spine, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold the legs to Uttanasana and rise all the way up. Hand to heart center. Inhale, rise the arms up. Rise onto the balls of the feet with or without the help of the block. And exhale, hugging both legs, both knees towards each other and start slowly. Lower the hips down onto the squat or onto the seat. You can bring the hands behind you again and hugging the elbows towards each other. An option to lift up one leg or both. Option to straighten both legs this time. Option to reach your palms towards the feet. Navasana, boat pose. And start slowly with the pace of your exhale. Lower all the way down to the ground. Extend the arms above you. Walk the heels away from you. Bend both legs into you. Step your feet, your heels close to your sit bones. And inhale, lift your tailbone, your low back, mid back, and upper back all the way up. Option to come up onto the balls of the feet this time, but continue hugging the knees towards each other. Imagine you're squeezing a block in between the thighs. Exhale, release your upper back, mid back, low back, tailbone, but keep staying on the toes. Inhale, pulse your pelvis up. Exhale, release down. Pulse with your own pace. Next time when your hips are down, extend your legs long and flip yourself around like a pancake. Your chest on the ground. You can practice Bhujangasana, baby cobra. You can extend the arms back. Practice half locust pose. You can also float the top of the feet and the palms up into a full locust. You can also clasp the hands and reach the clasp the hands toward the back, which helps you to lift your chest all the way up. Stay for one more full long breath. And exhale, release down. Hands by the chest and push yourself into a child pose. Pause for a moment in this child pose. And give yourself time to catch up with your breath again. And instead of coming onto your shins for this round, tuck your toes and lift your tailbones up and straighten the legs into a downward facing dog. If this is the first down dog of yours today, take your time to pedal through the legs or rock into a high plank and come back to make space in behind of the knees. And once you find stillness in your downward facing dog, you can step by step or hop forward to the front of the mat. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, fold over the legs. Rise all the way up. And hand through heart center. Either side. We'll flow through some water salutation today. If you'd rather a traditional sun salute or A or B, please go for it. Otherwise, cross your left ankle before the right, hugging the knees, hugging the thigh bones towards each other. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold over the legs. Step your right foot to the left back corner of the mat. Release your right knee down. Let the top of the right thigh get long. Inhale, raise the arms by the ears. Exhale, hands down. Step your left foot in front of the right. Rock forward into a high plank with your right leg on the top. Take a deep inhale. Now exhale, bend to the elbows, can release all the way down to the ground. You can also halfway chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, pull the chest forward into an upward facing dog. Now exhale, push your tailbones up. Step your right foot to the left hand. Release your left knee down, hugging both thigh bones towards each other. Inhale, arms up. Now exhale, hands down. Step your left foot behind the right. Hugging the knees into each other and rise all the way up. And hand through heart center. Inhale, raise a prayer toward the sky, and exhale, fold over the legs. Step your left foot to the right back corner of the mat. Release your left knee down. Inhale, raise both arms up and hands down. Step your right foot in front of the left and rock forward into a high plank. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, release to Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, pull the chest forward into upward facing dog. Exhale, push your tailbones back. Bring the left foot to the right hand. Release your right knee down. Both arms up. Hands down. Step your right foot behind the left. Rise all the way up. And hand through heart center. We're back to our left foot in front of the right again. We'll float one more round on each side together again. And after that, let's do it on our own pace. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold over the legs. Bring the right foot to the left back corner of the mat. Arms up. And hands down, step your left foot in front of the right. Inhale, rock forward into a high plank. And exhale, bend through the elbows. Inhale, pull the chest forward with the right leg on top. Exhale, push your tailbones up into downward facing dog. Step your right foot to the left hand. Release your left knee down. Both arms up. Exhale, hands down. Step your left foot behind the right. Cross leg, fold over. Inhale, rise all the way up. Now exhale, fold over the legs. Step your left foot to the right back corner of the mat. Release your left knee down. Raise up both arms. Now exhale, hands down. Step your right foot in front of left. Inhale, High plank with the left leg on the top. And exhale, bend to the elbows. Inhale, pull into your back bend. And exhale, push your tailbones up. Step your left foot to the right hand. Release your right knee down. Both arms up. And hands down. Step your right foot behind the left. Rise all the way up. And from this original point, float one more round on your own. You can choose, continue to do water salutation. You can also do sun salute A or salute B. Make your own choice so you can make personal space for your practice. Now stay quiet until we meet again at the front of the mat. If you're still flowing, take your time. If you arrived early, come back into your intentional Tadasana. If you're in intentional Tadasana, slowly blink your eyes open. If you're near a wall, bring yourself to close the wall if you know that you're going to need support on one leg standing posture. Shift the weight onto your right leg and pull your left heel toward the left sit bone and grab the top of your left foot with your left hand. And bring the left knee to by the side of your right. And perhaps grab the top of the left foot with the right hand as well, and hugging your elbows toward each other. Grab the collarbones. Take a deep inhale, standing strong through the right leg, and standing tall through the crown of the head. Next exhale, step your left foot back into a high lunge. Find the blocks. If you have them, hand on the blocks, bending the right leg into runner's lunge. Pull the chest forward. And exhale, straighten your right leg. Press the bottom of the right foot into the ground. Inhale. Bend in the right leg. And exhale, pin your right hip back, just like we did on the ground, but with less support right now. One more time. The next time when you bend into the right leg, bring down your left hand. Raise up your right arm into a twist to right side. Take a deep inhale, reaching tall through the right fingertips. And press into the left palm. And exhale, revolve through the spine, revolve the ribcage toward the sky. When you're ready to bring your right arm down again, let it meet with your left. Perhaps spin down your left heel and walk both of your hands to the left upper corner of the mat, far away from you. Still hugging your right outer hip band. So you're not dumping all the weight onto the right foot. Use a hug of the right outer hip to help yourself to lift up a little bit. And walk your hands back towards you and turn your right foot be parallel with your left. And fold over the legs. Keep some micro bend in both legs. And bring the hands onto the hips, hugging the elbows towards each other and start slowly rise up. Turn your right leg toward the front, come up onto the balls of the left foot again. Bend into the right leg. Hands on your sacrum with your fingers pointing up toward the shoulders and hugging the elbows toward each other. Clasp the hands behind you with the left pinky outside and reach the clasp the hands toward the ground. Puff the chest up. And exhale, turn your chest, lean it slightly toward the front. Perhaps even bring it inside of the right leg into a humble warrior. Drag through the clasp the hands. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And release both hands down. Step your right foot back into a high plank. Release your left forearm down and your right forearm into a forearm plank. Press into both heels. Pull the navel into the spine and pull the pubic bone toward the navel. Take a deep inhale. You can release your knees down already if you need to. Release your pelvis down, your navel down into a Sphinx pose. In Sphinx pose, pull the elbows towards the pelvis and push your chest toward the front. Just let the chest space grow. Next, I'll release your chest. And stack the hands on top of each other. Stack the forehead on top of those hands. And whenever you're ready to come out, bring the hands by the chest and push yourself into a child pose. Take one deep inhale in this child pose. Once you're ready, come up onto your shin. Bring the blocks to nearby. We'll try a couple variation of camel pose or Ustrasana today. The first variation is bring the hands behind you. And puff the chest up. And also lift your pelvis away from the heels. And if you want to try traditional camel pose, but it's too far away from you, tuck your toes first and bring the blocks by the heels. Come stand on your shins. Bring the hands on your sacrum and hugging your elbows toward each other. Puff your chest up and press your pelvis toward the front. And lean your torso toward the back. Just let your neck naturally hang. You can release one hand onto the one block or onto the heel. Perhaps the other. If you have the range of the motion, you can also come down to the top of the feet instead of the both of the feet. Don't forget to let the air flow even in the stiff back bending. To come out, tuck the chin towards the chest. Bring the hands onto the sacrum first. Push yourself, slowly come up. Keep your spine in neutral first. You can sit here, you can also come into a table, but don't rush into a downward facing dog right after deep back bend like that. And once you're ready, we'll meet in downward facing dog. Take one round of long, steady, slow breath here. The bottom of the exhale, step by step, a hop forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold over the legs. Rise all the way up. And the hand through heart center. We do the other side. Shift weight into the left foot, hugging your left outer hip in. And pull your right heel into the right sit bone and grab the right foot, the top of the right foot, with the right hand. And bring the right knee by the side of the left knee. Hugging your elbows toward the center. Option to grab the top of the right foot with the left hand as well. Inhale, standing strong to the left leg. And then exhale, step your right foot all the way back into a high lunge. Find the blocks if you have them. Inhale, pull the chest forward. Press the back of the right knee toward the sky. Next, straighten the left leg, pin your left hip back, but with the ball of your left foot onto the ground. Press into the toes. Inhale, bend in the left leg. Exhale, straighten the left leg. One more time. Stay one long breath in the last round. And exhale, bend into the left leg. Release your right hand down. Left arm up, twisting to the left side. Take a deep inhale, reaching to the left fingertips. Exhale, revolve through the spine, reach the crown of the head toward the front. Hugging both thigh bones into each other. Turn your chest toward the sky. And when you're ready to come down, release your left hand. Spin down your right heel. Make the right foot parallel to the shoulder edge of the mat. Hug your left outer hip in and walk your hands far away from you to the right upper corner of the mat. Press evenly into the left foot and the pinky edge of the right foot. And use a hugging of the left outer hip to lift some weight off from those feet. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Start slowly walk yourself to the right side, parallel the feet. Give some micro bend behind the legs and fold over the legs. Let your body hang and let the weight of your upper torso stretch the back of the legs. And hands on the hips, start slowly right all the way up. Turn your left leg toward the front and come up onto the balls of the right foot. Keep your hands on the sacrum. Press your palms into your lower back, hugging the elbows towards each other. So you're elongating your lower back and pop the chest up. So your palms kind of pushing your hips down toward the ground, but also pushing your back toward the sky. Reach the arms long and clasp the hands with the right pinky outside. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, start slowly come back up and lean your chest slightly forward. And come all the way down inside of the left leg. Release your left hand, both hands down. And step your left foot to meet with the right into a high plank. Release your right forearm down, and left forearm down into a forearm plank. Press into both heels. Lift the back of the knees towards the sky. Hugging the elbows towards each other, but continue to open the chest, open the shoulders. Release the knees if you have to. Pull the navels towards the spine. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, release your pelvis all the way down to the ground in the Sphinx pose. Pull the elbows towards you and press your chest toward the front. Press into the top of the feet. And release your chest down. Stack your hand on top of each other. Maybe switch the stacking if you remember how you did it last time. Probably go for unfamiliar way this time. Catch your breath here. You can also bend your legs, windshield wiper your legs side to side. And when you're ready, we'll all meet in child pose. And rise up from child pose. So you can try the variation of camel pose that I demoed earlier. You can also try the traditional full camel pose. Another thing you can try today is floating camel pose. This looks slightly different from Ustrasana. So actually bring the hand, if you want to try, come up and watch me demo first. Bring the hands on top, bottoms of the feet. So you're putting a lot of weight onto the top of the feet. And lift your pelvis up. And start slowly lean toward the back. and lift the knees away from the ground. And slowly come out. Still all working the same area, so the opening the chest and hugging the outer hips in and strengthening the back of the legs. So whatever you choose, serving the same purpose. And I'll give you time to explore. Once you're done with playing, come sit down on your hips with your right leg bent and cross your left leg over the right knee. And press your left sit bone into the ground and turn your chest toward the left side. Hug the left knee with the right elbow. You can also press the right elbow outside of the left knee and left hand behind you, twisting to the left side. Gaze through the left shoulder all the way to the back of the space. And just let the left outer hips being stretched after it's been hugging in for so long. Take a deep inhale, reaching toward the sky through the spine. And exhale, revolve your chest toward the back. Use the resistance, the help of the resistance between the right elbow and the left knee. And come back to center. And turn your chest to the right side. And walk yourself down onto the elbows. If the floor is too far away from you, you can put the blocks underneath your elbows. And press your left knee open away from you. And turn the chest toward the ground. And start slowly walk yourself, come back up. And extend your left leg long. Bring the sole of your right foot into the left inner thigh. Right hand behind you. And press your hips up. Extend your left arm by the left ear. Inhale, reaching long to the left hand. And exhale, release down. And bend your left leg in. Cross your right leg over the left knee. And press your right sit bone into the ground. And bring the right hand behind you, hugging the right elbow with the left hand, hugging your right knee with the left elbow. And take a deep inhale, reaching tall through the crown of the head. And exhale, rotate your chest to the right side. Feel the deep stretch of the right outer hip by pressing the right sit bone into the ground. And use the left elbow to press your right knee away. One more big inhale. And exhale, slowly come back to center and turn your chest to the left side this time. And walk your elbows down to the ground. And press your right knee away from you. Let the shoulder blades clean back to space again. And then be away from each other. We've been doing a lot of squeezing them towards each other tonight. And start slowly walk yourself back up. Extend the right leg long. Press the bottom of your left foot into your right inner thigh. Left hand behind you and press the hips up. Swing the right arm by the right ear. And exhale, release the hips down. One last time, you can pass through, come down to your back already. You can also pass through a boat pose, Navasana, and start slowly. Release onto the ground. Walk the hands over the head away from you. Walk the feet towards the front of the face. And hug the knees into the chest. Grab the outer edge of the feet with the hands and pull the knees into the armpits. And press the tailbone into the ground. Happy baby pose. Ananda Balasana. Let the inner thighs gut long. If there's any other symmetric posture you'd like to include in your practice today, please go for it. If you're ready to come into rest, spread your legs, your arms. Shavasana. If you're not rushing to anywhere after this practice, please feel free to stay where you are if you like to. If you're ready to come out, start wiggling your toes, your fingertips. And gently sway your head side to side. Carefully bend into one leg and another. And roll yourself onto one side of your choice. Use your hands to navigate yourself all the way up into a comfortable seat. Notice how different is it after the marinade. Your breath after you cutting into smaller pieces. After you flow with the pace of your breath. And if you resonate with you, you'll get the hand in front of the heart. Take one more deep, long, steady inhale. And exhale, let everything smoothly out. And bow the head toward the heart. Whenever you're ready, slowly blink open your eyes. Thank you so much.